It's well known, folks, that narcissists are masters of manipulation. They know how to use their words to get what they want and keep you fully under their control. The best way to protect yourself from narcissists is to understand their way of thinking so you can avoid falling into their traps. In this episode, I'll tell you about 10 phrases or sentences that narcissists use to make you feel guilty and fearful, forcing you to do what they want. Thank you very much for your support. If you find this content helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for helping to share this message with those who can benefit from it. The first sentence the narcissist will say to you is, "You need me more than I need you." This is one of the most common phrases that narcissists say to their victims in order to gain control over them. They want you to feel like you won't be able to live or face life without their presence. The narcissist will try to convince you that your life will shatter and come to an end if you ever leave them. This phrase is reminiscent of gaslighting, as it persuades you of the opposite of the truth and makes you believe that the world would be incredibly bleak without them. The narcissist uses this statement to make you feel like you have no choices except to comply with their demands. Additionally, the narcissist may use this as a justification for mistreating you. Don't dwell too much on it when you find yourself in such a situation, but always remember that the narcissist is using this phrase to control you, and you must resist sympathizing with them. The second phrase the narcissist will say is, "I'm talking to you honestly." They use this phrase when they criticize you or make negative comments about your actions, intending to make it appear as if it's just ordinary conversation and not an insult to you. They do this when they want to undermine you. Narcissists have difficulty handling criticism, so they use this phrase to avoid your objections to their criticism and make you accept their words as if they were just part of casual conversation. Additionally, the narcissist may use this phrase with you when they want to portray themselves as a victim, even though they are the ones manipulating the situation. You will often encounter this when the narcissist says, "I'm just kidding," or "Don't take my words seriously." The narcissist does not have any sincerity when they say these words, but all they want is to maintain control over the situation. The third phrase when he tells you, "I don't want anything except our best interests," you must know that when you're in a relationship with a narcissistic person, this phrase has likely been used with you in a very manipulative way and repeatedly. He uses this phrase as a means to control your behavior and actions. The narcissist uses this sentence to make you feel guilty when you don't agree with or comply with something he says or does, even if those things are harmful to you and detrimental to your well-being. He uses the phrase, "I want what's best for us," to make you feel guilty so that you'll agree to his demands and fulfill what he wants. The narcissist employs this phrase when he's trying to persuade you to do something you're not comfortable with or when you feel it's harmful to you. Always be sure that this person never truly cares about you or your best interests. He is only concerned with himself. The best way to respond to this phrase is to ask him exactly what he means by it and tell him that you don't agree or refuse to do what he's asking for. The next phrase, when you hear him say, "You're lucky to have me," he's telling you this when he wants to make you feel like as long as you're in a relationship with him, you're safe, and you won't face any problems because his presence will protect you from any issues that may arise. Believe me, narcissists don't care about anything in the world except themselves. That's why when you hear the narcissist say this phrase, he wants you to feel indebted to him. This makes it easy for him to manipulate your emotions when he implants the idea in you that his presence with you is a great favor, and you're obligated to do anything he asks for as a way of repaying the favor. The narcissist will plant in your mind that he's the only one who can understand you, and no one else can love you as much as he does. He'll make you believe that life won't be worth living without him. Unfortunately, many victims fall into this trap, and over time, they become more controlled by this dangerous manipulation tactic, believing that it might be true and that they are indeed lucky to have such a person in their lives. The next phrase is when the narcissist tells you, "This issue concerns only you and me, and it doesn't concern anyone else." The narcissist always wants any problems between you to remain between you two and not involve anyone else. He implants the idea in you that anyone else getting involved could worsen the problem. This is because he wants to manipulate you and ensure that his manipulative nature doesn't become apparent to others, so he can maintain his perfect image. The narcissist is known for blaming you for any problems in your relationship and always making you feel like it's your fault, and is never the cause of anything that happens. This is why when you find yourself responsible for the problem that the narcissist has sown in your mind, he becomes the innocent victim who does everything possible to keep the relationship going. The next phrase is when you hear him say, "No one has ever treated me this perfectly before." When the narcissist does this and tells you these words, he wants you to feel extremely special and that the feelings he has for you are very strong and perfect. However, the reality is quite the opposite. The narcissist is using you as a tool to get what he wants, and this phrase is most noticeable at the beginning of the relationship during the love bombing phase. Be aware that what the narcissist says is far from the truth because he doesn't genuinely care about you or anyone else he deals with. The next phrase, "I hope you don't get angry with me, I just want to help you," is one of the most famous phrases used by narcissists. It allows them to gain complete control over you. The reason behind this is that you tend to have beautiful feelings towards people and like to help anyone you feel needs your assistance. When the narcissist says this phrase, he becomes very pleased that someone shares these feelings with him and is willing to help others, even if they don't really need it. However, for the narcissist, this phrase actually means that he wants to say, "Don't be mad at me, I'm just trying to manipulate you and control you." The narcissist uses this phrase to prevent you from thinking about leaving the relationship or distancing yourself from his harmful actions, which he describes as helping you. He also wants you to believe that your anger towards his behavior is unjustified. By using this tactic, the narcissist can avoid taking responsibility for his actions and make you feel guilty for even considering leaving. He expects you to apologize and promise that such behavior won't happen again, giving him the opportunity to maintain complete control over you, your life, and your choices. The next phrase is when he says, "I'm trying to protect you." Narcissists are excellent at pretending to care about you. When they do this, it's easy for you to believe in their concern for you. However, they are only interested in getting something specific from you, and they try to make you feel that they are trying to protect you. This is just a manipulation tactic to keep you under their constant control. This control involves someone trying to manipulate your life, and this person doesn't care about your best interests. They use this phrase to justify their controlling behavior by claiming that it comes from a place of love and concern for your well-being. The phrase that follows is when he says, "You never listen to me." The narcissist uses this phrase consistently to make you feel like you are always behaving incorrectly, even when you're doing the right thing. He uses it to divert your attention away from the core issue. He wants you to always feel guilty and indebted to him for apologizing and promising to change immediately. This gives him the chance to maintain complete control over you, your life, and your individuality. The phrase that comes after that is when he says, "If you love me, you will do this for me." Narcissists frequently use this phrase to manipulate their victims into doing what they want, making you feel like you have no other choice but to comply with their demands, even if you don't want to or agree with them. In most cases, the narcissist doesn't truly care about your love unless you do everything they ask for, no matter what it is. If you don't comply with their demands, the narcissist will make you feel that you don't love them enough and that you are failing them. When you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you may wonder how to escape such a terrible situation. Ending a narcissistic relationship can be difficult, as you need to break free from the narcissist's control. The more control the narcissist has over you, the more they can manipulate and mistreat you. The phrases we discussed in this session should help you understand when the narcissist is trying to control you. If you encounter any of these phrases and in the described manner, it's essential to reconsider the relationship and end it as soon as possible. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you found it helpful. If you have any questions, please write them in the comments. If you have any comments or suggestions about the channel's improvement, send them to me.